have an age difference. We have life differences.
This is how you should live your life.
I got the faith, because to get the faith,
Got it. Well, let's jump into this.
this is the Old School, New School podcast.
4, 3, 2, 1.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Old School, New School podcast. I am Will Charles Egan, and as always,
Chris Meekins.
we have a lot of stuff on our table
We got
today.
all kinds of stuff. We're really prepared.
We're going to be extra prepared. This better be the best.
We prepared like 15 minutes today.
Instead of 2 minutes. This better be the best episode ever, because we have a lot happening here. We've got Joyce's notes, we've got our crappy notes, we've got Bibles here.
Well, you know, you're a legend in your own mind. So
I'm the coolest man.
Here's
in my
the
head.
funny thing is we were talking about generation, how changes and how, you know, everything's changed from 3 generations we're apart.
Yeah.
But yet, the conversation ended up with, even for you, that you've been out of school, how many years?
3 years now.
College.
3 years.
Yeah, but high school.
Oh, high school.
So 6
6 years, yeah.
6 years. And we think, oh, well, I just, you know, I see things.
Yeah.
They don't, it's a whole different world.
Oh, yeah. From, like, I was saying the people from, like, 2001, 2000, 1999, all of that. And then it's almost like a completely generation from the kids that were born 2003, 2004, 2005. Like, the post 9/11 kids are completely different than, you know, right during and before 9/11 kids. Something shifted there.
You mean COVID?
No, like when we were born.
Okay.
Like the way we were raised.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you just, I mean, what year were you born?
2001.
Oh, my God.
I know. And I'm a full-grown adult now.
And now he's adult.
Yes, with opinions and things. Yeah, there's some, because I remember I was graduating.
You know what they say about opinions?
What did I say about opinions?
I can't say it on the radio.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm not going to say it either. But there was something that happened because, you know, the year we graduated, I remember all of my class was saying, I feel like this is the last, no shade to the younger kids, but we were like, maybe it was just our school, but we're like, we just feel like this is the last good generation because, like, all of the kids before us, like the juniors and the freshmen, they just sucked. So we're like, some happened.
And I think the older you get, like at my age, you start going, oh, no, nobody thinks like we do. But it's always been that way. It's just that I never thought that I would be the senior group.
Right. Yeah.
You never thought that there would be like 2 generations less than you or whatever. But every generation changed somewhat, and it's whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's like, well, I remember in the 50s. Well, yeah, there was a lot of there was like a lot of people still dying in factories because of safety issues.
Right.
So it wasn't all that great, okay?
Yes.
In the 60s, they were going off to Vietnam.
Yeah, no,
okay?
it wasn't like...
And hundreds of young men were getting killed, okay?
Yeah.
Well, it was great back then. No. It wasn't.
Back in my day, we used to...
And you had hippies, and they
stunk.
didn't take care of themselves.
No, they stunk.
They you know, some did probably, but...
Not all of them. Most didn't.
But it was like, well, why do I have to do that? And so we, with this idea of how it used to be, I mean, just think how people, like when they came out west, living on a farm, that's why they died by the time by the time they were 50 years old, they were dead.
Yeah.
Because they worked themselves to death.
Yes, the sun or their bones were breaking, their joints, something, back breaking labor. And they come out here, there's no hospital.
So there's always change, and we always think, well, I'm the last person.
We're the last good generation.
Yeah.
And it will be like that forever.
And I think that for me to survive this conversation, this podcast, is that I think Randy hit on it a little bit today. There's a place where you just have to be humble to know how to communicate with the next generation. And maybe, you know, like Randy, not Randy, Jordan, he's talking to kids the way they need to be. Yep. I don't know.
Right.
And you don't know either.
Oh, no.
Because you've grown out of high school. Group.
Yeah, the youth pastor.
I mean, you act
Ridge.
like a high schooler.
Hey, Chris. I do sometimes. You're right.
Right. Well, I do too sometimes, but I don't. I mean, they're like the one kids are like anyway.
You act like a high schooler 40 years ago.
Yeah.
50 years ago.
Oh, well, he's okay. And I'm like, no, I need to get the hell out of here. That's what I need to do. You guys are crazy.
Yes.
No. But anyway, so did you get married this week?
Didn't get married this week.
Well, praise the Lord for that. We were talking about different things. His church talked about giving and serving and stuff like that, right?
And yes, it's like the quarterly giving sermon. You need to have it. You need to do it. So the lead pastor at Harbor Church where I go is on a sabbatical with his family. And so, I had somebody else step in and give the sermon. And it was, the sign up for the serve team. Go, here's where to give. And I was just like, you have to do it.
Actually, Randy hit a little bit of that. He's like,
really?
No, we need more. People think, big church, they really don't need me. No, they need you more.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
If anywhere needs it, it's the parking team.
Yeah.
They need people, everywhere.
Well, we used to be a big church up in Ohio, and the high school group, like they would joke, people like, we need volunteers in a small church. And he's like, okay, how many kids are coming? 12 kids, but it's only me.
Yeah.
And then our pastor, Steve, he would say, I need 10 buses to go there, shuttles or many vans to bring the 125 kids. That's just drivers I need.
Yeah.
Just to get there.
Right.
So, you have more to pick from. No, you actually don't.
Yeah.
Actually, it's difficult. But if you're not serving, serve. Okay.
Yeah. Next. So what did you talk about at your church?
We talked about Philippians 4, and I really thought he was going to do the 4:8 principle, whatever is true.
Philippians 4:13, I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
No, I thought 4:8.
I thought 4:13.
Read 4:8.
So Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things.
So I thought, that's a home run.
Yeah.
He touched it, part of it. But,
right.
But he started with 4:19.
Oh.
And I'm like,
why there?
Why there?
Because it's either that or it's Philippians 4:13. I can do everything through Him who gives me strength.
Then he went backwards. Read 4:19. If yours is in the language you can understand.
Yeah, I have the NIV, right? So Philippians 4:19, and my God will meet all your needs according to His glorious riches in Christ Jesus. Okay, that's pretty good.
And so it was about peace in the problems of life, and peace is trusting in God while the problems still exist.
Right.
And so then he went backwards to these other verses. But it's a hard concept to know because both of us are troubled.
Deeply troubled.
Deeply troubled.
Yes.
And that God, in the midst of your troubles, he will do it. And that's just a hard. It's a hard concept to put around because you think that this is the most important thing in the world. Something that happens when you get in an argument with your spouse.
Oh, okay.
And it's an all hell's bells blowout. Okay.
Right.
And you finally figure it out. And 3 or 4, we've actually said, in 3 or 4 days, we're going to not even know what we were talking about.
Exactly.
And we'll go back 4 or 5 days later and say, I knew, let me just tell you, I got in such a fight with my wife. And someone will say, well, what was it about? I can't remember what it was.
Right. Yeah.
But it was not pretty.
Right.
But we're in the middle. Why is that? Okay, psych major.
Yes.
You should be a counselor.
No.
No?
I'd make a terrible counselor.
Well, you would have to care about
Oh,
people.
God, I would have to care about people. Jeez.
It would be outside of yourself.
Outside my comfort zone. No, never. So what's your question?
So the question, I don't know.
So you didn't even remember. Why is it that you forget arguments you had 2 days ago?
Yeah, and why is it, is it your body just, it's just sort of how to protect yourself?
Well, I'll tell you what it is it's indicative of a deeper, whether it be mistrust or, just a general issue. Clearly, the thing you were arguing about wasn't important because you have completely since forgotten about it.
Yeah.
But you remember very vividly that you had an argument.
The emotional part.
Yes, you remember the emotional part because deep down, you just needed any reason to argue with your spouse. You're deeply troubled. Your spouse is deeply troubled, and you're both. You've got a 1-inch fuse, and anything will set it off. And so, it doesn't matter what it was that set off the fuse. All I know is that the fuse was set off and the firecracker exploded. Right. Because I'm angry at her, and and then she always blames me, and she never takes responsibility. Again, it could be any number of things: the dishes, or garbage bags, or crazy amounts of debt, whatever. If it's something big, if it's something small, you just need something to light off the fuse.
Okay. So back to the mess. But peace is trusting God while the problems still exist.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
So I learned this in a sermon from Tony Evans. You know who that is?
Yes.
Awesome preacher. He was telling a story of the disciples in the storm where Jesus calms the storm. It's a very well-known story. Lots of people know, Jesus walking on the water, or he's asleep in the boat. But what's interesting in that story is beforehand, Jesus is on this shore in the afternoon preaching to this town, and he tells the disciples, God tells the disciples, row this boat to the other end of the Sea of Galilee and go over to that town. So they're rowing, and when this happens in the middle of the night, I mean like 2 a.m., this incredible storm hits.
Okay.
So they're being tousled and jostled, and life is terrible, and things are completely going awry. But Jesus told them to go do that. So you can be right smack dab in the middle of God's will and still experience a storm.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
That's not fun.
We don't want to hear that.
That's not fun.
Especially here in the West. We don't like that.
It's funny that you brought that up, because yesterday, my message, it was like I feel I talked about spiritual warfare.
Yep.
Yesterday, and I'm like, man, we're in a battle over here at this house. I mean, we got so much stuff going on.
Yep.
And the idea for the message yesterday at Galvanize was that what is actually spiritual warfare? I mean, what is it? I mean, because if you're a new believer, you're like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Well, here's where spiritual warfare is. Okay. Romans 7, if you don't know where it's at. But it's you become a Christian, and we'll just use a porn addiction, just because that's easy. Okay.
Everyone's got it, yeah.
Yeah. And you say, your whole life, you're like, okay, what's the problem with porn? I mean, okay, it's legal. I'm allowed to watch it. I'm with this and that and the other thing. Well, as a Christian, it crosses the line of purity and blah 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 blah. I don't. Why is porn illegal for?
Why is it? Well, because Jesus says if you look at a woman lustfully in your heart, you have already done the same thing as committing adultery.
And so a lot of times people will turn to porn instead of alcohol, or
right. Because they think, this doesn't hurt anybody.
It's an addiction, an addiction.
Yeah.
So anyway, but then you become a Christian, and it's like, okay, all right, I want to have a relationship with Christ, and okay, I'm going to put away my pornography, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I'm having this really stressful time, and I want to go do that. And so what happens up having what spiritual warfare is, it's the enemy's way of keeping you from pushing into God, right?
Yep.
And he'll use porn, he'll use distraction, he'll use a girl, he'll use a guy. I mean, I've met a lot of people where they became new Christians and they're having this great life, and then a guy comes and like, well, he doesn't believe like I does, but he really is open to what I'm doing, and then 6 weeks later, neither one of them are there.
Right, exactly.
The devil will use.
He's crafty.
He's crafty. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. Well, you said peace is not having a problem-free life.
Yeah, right.
And these addictions are a way of stealing our peace.
Yeah. And
letting him consume us.
Right. But God said, back to the Bible verse, shall supply, and God will provide for you. Right. So this week, because we get in our head when things are going bad. Yeah. We get in our head this week. So I got in an accident. I told you about that last week. And then this week I found out that the gal is hired a lawyer for some kind of a pain or
oh, geez, like Morgan and Morgan,
whatever
type deal,
whatever.
For the
accident?
So
they're suing the insurance company because of an injury.
Oh, geez.
Which they do nowadays.
Yeah, that's just common.
I mean, it's common.
Yep, Morgan and Morgan.
But as I'm hearing this, we got all this other stuff going on. Plus, my car got totaled out.
Crazy.
And as I'm hearing this, she's telling me, she's like, "Well, you've got enough insurance. You should be fine. You're well covered." But I'm already thinking we're going to lose the house. They're going to sue us for the house. We're going to sue the car. We've been in a little bit tighter financial situation because this car wash thing.
Yep.
And then I'm already living under a bridge.
Yeah. Yep.
The insurance lady says, I'm pretty sure you're fine.
Yeah.
You're going to be okay.
But you take it all the way to I'm going to be homeless living under a bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not what the Bible says.
Absolutely not.
And I've never been under a bridge, and I've never been homeless, and I've never been without.
Right.
But in my head, I'm just one mistake away.
Yes.
Or God's provision is one mistake away. So, anyway, how do you keep your peace in the middle of that? What are you looking for?
Philippians 4:12, I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. This is the verse I was thinking of. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Some translations say I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Let go and just be. Like, that's really, like, yes.
It's so hard.
I know what it is to have this. Yes, I know what it is to have that. I know whatever. None of that matters because I can do whatever God needs me to do because he gives me strength. And he is the Lord of the universe, and he is in control of everything. So I just need to let it go, and he will provide.
Yeah.
That's what the word says.
Yeah.
And yet it is physically impossible for us to do.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So here's a new question. Is that why people go down the path of let's just be intellectual about the Bible? Let's understand this rather than the very practical reason. I mean, God's saying, hey, I know. Yeah, I know. It looks like you're going to lose everything, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Well, because I'm going to take care of you, always have. And even if you do anything, I'm going to take care of you in that. And
right.
You're like, that is so hard to actually live out.
It's impossible.
But it'd be a lot easier for me to read chapter 4 of Genesis and understand what whatsoever means.
Yes. God created the heavens and the seventh day.
Was it an actual 7 days or 6 days? And was it, let's get caught there.
Yep. Let's get distracted in the minutia of the details. Well, in my seminary school, we
and we need people like that,
of course, yeah.
But I'm not one of those.
I
need to know that I'm not going to be living underneath the bridge.
All I need is just tell me I'm going to be okay. I don't need to understand the eschatology of Christ's return if I'm pre-trib or post-trib. Just tell me I'm going to be okay. Like I couldn't care less about when, who, what, where. Am I going to be able to eat today?
Bad? Are we bad Christians?
That's exactly what Jesus wants us to be. Is just tell me I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Oh, okay.
And so it's just
that's it.
Getting into the Word and still digging, and that's where the digging comes in. Mm-hmm. But then it says in what is it? Philippians 4:8, whatever is. Can you read that?
Yes.
We read it once, but
we'll read it again. Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things.
So it's what you focus on, you'll find peace. It doesn't mean the problem's going away, right?
No. It's still there. But if you are constantly thinking about the problem, suddenly a small little insurance claim turns into a giant monster that's going to swallow your house whole. And your house, if I'm understanding correctly, is still in your name and is still here.
Still here.
So what are we worried about?
Because I'm worried about.
Right. God, I'm worried about it.
I'm worried about because.
Dang it, I'm worried about it.
Okay, that's today, but what about tomorrow? Oh, wait a minute. Other scripture, when you have.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow will worry for
tomorrow
itself.
will take care of itself.
Yeah.
Always has.
Yeah.
Always has.
Always will.
Always will.
Yeah.
And so, but where we focus, and so you have to do it.
No, you don't do anything.
No, I mean, you have to focus on what's good, what is
Sure.
true.
Sure. But it's, like you're saying, sometimes it's active. A lot of the times for some people, it's stop doing so much. All we ever do is do. I've said this ad nauseum. I'll say it again. We're human beings, not human doings, right? Because we're always trying to, like you were saying to me, anytime Will makes the plan, he gets worried about it. Anytime I start making the plan, well, because then this will fix this, and then this will mean this, and then I'll get this, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm trying to micromanage everything, and I just get super stressed about it. And now I'm right back where I started, as opposed to just, hey, let it go. Just focus on me. I'll take care of the rest. That's what God is trying to tell us.
But it's so contrary to the world saying you need to think about this. You need to be prepared. You need to be whatever. And
set your goals.
And that's true, but
sure. It has a time and a place.
But it's not the whole scorched earth thing.
Right. It's also not going to save you. Your plans are not going to save you. In their hearts, humans plan their steps, but the Lord establishes them. That's Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs 19:6 or Proverbs 16:9. But yeah, in our hearts, people plan, sure, but the Lord is the one establishing the steps. If we get too caught up in the planning, we're also the one trying to establish our own steps.
So the other part of that is you find yourself sleeping under the bridge.
Right. Yes.
But that's when you go, okay, God, I can't do this. I can't. How do I get through this? It's like, it's going to be okay, or maybe it's not going to be okay. But today, you are okay. And what the devil's trying to get you to do is think about tomorrow, so you can't even enjoy the fact that you are okay.
Yeah.
Your wife's okay. Your kids are.
Yep.
This is going well. You do have a job. Nobody's knocking on your door today.
Right.
And it's so hard to be like, oh, wait a minute, I'm okay with what's actually going on right now.
Yeah.
And that's our society, though.
Mm-hmm. Every which way you turn, it's all about hustle culture. It's all about grinding. It's all about working hard. It's all about write out your goals, manifest this bull crap, do this stupid 5-point plan, and make it happen because you're the man.
Versus me going, okay, God, I'm not sure how you're going to get me out of this one.
Right.
But here it is, and I'm still going to pray about it every day.
Oh yeah,
I pray that she's not hurt badly. I mean, maybe she's really hurt badly. I'm like, oh, she's lying, but maybe she did get hurt. Okay, maybe this is the right thing that happened, and so, but God, I need your help because I'm being distracted.
Yeah. And so the question is, are we feeding our faith or feeding our fear? Where is our energy going?
So, I know how to feed. Well, TV. You can watch TV. You can watch this whole Iran thing. You know, you can watch the whole president thing. You can watch the whole non-president thing. You can watch the whole. I want to see this court thing. And I want to. My wife's like, we got this little box and we can watch the internet. TV.
Roku or something?
It's kind of like that, but you can watch any channel in the country by way of internet.
Yeah.
And so we were watching the news up in Cleveland, and my wife's like, shut this off. This is like depressing.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't live in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Why do you care about the news in Cleveland?
Yeah. And then I listened to ours, and they're like, oh, there was a manatee that got hit by a thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, it got to be better. There's got to be more. Our news station is so loco.
Oh yeah,
that you're like,
this is our problem. A manatee got hit by a boat.
We got some pretty good living here.
Yeah, we're okay.
We're okay.
We're gonna be okay.
We're okay. Yes. The roses came in the Central Park.
Right. Oh, God forbid they were a day late. Oh no.
Yeah. But anyway, what you just said, what you stare at eventually shapes your life. And so I think older people tend to stare more at the negative.
Yeah.
Because like we said in the very beginning, you get older and you start looking at generational things and you're thinking. And so what do you think young people stare at that kind of distracts them from?
Oh, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Social media. It's the comparison game. A big source of the anxiety, the depression epidemic in our teenagers is just this rampant comparison game. Where all of our influencers look like Superman or Wonder Woman, and they live these incredible lives where they're traveling every single weekend and going on these vacations and living lavishly and and it's like, well, why can't I have that? I am nothing because she's having fun and I'm not having fun. Then my life is worthless. This is terrible.
Do young people really worry about their jobs so much as their parents worry about their jobs?
No. Jobs are no worry. I mean, sure.
Because you'll probably switch jobs 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
My father-in-law got one job when he was 18.
Really?
And retired from that job.
Wow.
After 38 years or something like
Bricklayer?
that. No, he was a AT&T guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but that's a whole different world.
Yeah.
You're 24. You've had 24 jobs.
Pretty much, yes. I have any stress or worry that I feel like my generation deals with, it doesn't come from work. A lot of the times it comes from, identity. Like this thing that we always bring up, our identity, who we are, what we're doing, our purpose. Who am I? Am I worthless or not? Because truly, I feel like the biggest way that the enemy is getting our distraction, getting us to move our eyes from God and move on to, the comparison game or, the feeling of worthlessness or something like that. Any way that the Lord will or that the enemy will try and divert your attention, that's one of his, I've said this before, he's got like 3 tricks in his playbook. And that's one of them is distraction.
Yeah.
It's everybody deals with the same thing, just painted in a slightly different shade, but it always is a distraction. That's one of the big ways. And, that's what's hard sometimes is like the Lord will move in like seasons of waiting where you have to be patient. And then here's the enemy trying to distract you with like this instant gratification, right? Like the Israelites, the whole wandering in the desert for 40 years thing. A lot of people don't realize this, but their initial calling was from Egypt to their promised land in 35 days. They were supposed to get there within 2 months. And that would have been that, All right, we made it to the promised land, let's start. But they were distracted by a myriad of different problems that they thought they weren't going to be able to overcome.
And he talked about it. He says, at worst, that should have been a 35-day trip. But because they kept on putting...
Oh, the enemies in the territory we're going to are too big. We're never going to be able to go to... we should just go back to Egypt.
Right.
We're distracted.
People were... idols were popping out of a pot of gold.
Yep. Leprechauns were popping out of pots of gold.
Remember
the golden calf?
Yeah, the golden calf.
Yeah.
It's like we threw all the stuff in there and out came this golden calf.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, yeah. You need to go deal with that. You need another 2 years in the desert.
You need another 40 years in the desert.
For that one.
Yeah, for that one alone, we need to spend a lot more waiting.
You need to go back into your room, Will. Because...
Yeah, no.
But that's what God was saying to him.
Yeah. Go to your room, Israelites.
Go to your room. It's just, we're going to have to work.
We're going to work on this for some time.
And we're not going any further until that gets worked out.
Exactly. So they just kind of wandered in the same season and idled there because they, unfortunately, a lot of the 40 years was their own doing.
And so I'm going to go back a little bit.
Okay.
To where I was talking about spiritual warfare, where this worrying about this and this car thing and this, and so in my message, I don't think I said this right, but in my message, I was talking about spiritual warfare. And there's just a lot happening. Mm-hmm. And I said, it's not because I'm in sin.
Right.
It's because I've signed up for doing some things that I'm fighting the battle.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm special.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I am special. Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm special.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that when you start pushing forward, my son challenged me about this. He goes, I'm just telling you, if you go this direction, you're pushing against resistance, mm-hmm. and you're pushing against the evil one.
Yeah.
And you're walking into doors. You're doing galvanize. You're meeting a group of men, pointing to them mm-hmm. that they need Jesus on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. You're going to the high school group trying to be an adult man with teenage boys. Okay? The devil certainly doesn't want that.
No, yeah.
Okay? I've got to deal with you once a week, okay?
Yeah.
We're involved in some other things, but the point is that what would I expect than a battle?
Of course.
And it's not because of what I've done wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I look at this accident, okay. All right, here we go. So Friday morning, I'm praying. I'm having my quiet time.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the message we're talking about. But Friday morning, I'm having my quiet time. Mm-hmm. And God was telling me the reason this is happening, the car wreck and all this, is your fault. Yeah, you made the mistake.
Okay.
I did it.
Yeah.
I'll take total ownership. I was making a right-hand turn. The people before me were going to go through the light. Mm-hmm. I was going to go. I'm looking to the left just to make sure that I don't get bashed, which means that we're both. She's going to go, but then she uncommitted and stopped.
And so
I
I
didn't sit here. And I was like going.
Yeah.
Which means why my car got totaled. So that has nothing to do with spiritual warfare. That got to do with me living outside the guidelines that the world tells you to live when this is safe. God's like, stop at red lights. Slow it down.
Obey that much.
Don't talk on the phone when you're on the highway or whatever, or text and drive. I mean, when the secular world says don't text and drive, it's dangerous. Okay.
Yep.
And so what was happening is I was outside the guidelines of what God's telling me. Mm-hmm. And so all I'm doing is I'm taking gasoline and I'm pouring it on my life and the spiritual battles and giving the devil room to mess with me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so what we do is we say, why are these things happening to me? And the truth of the matter is, God's like, well, you're the one that threw the gas on here.
Sure.
You're the one that made an illegal right-hand turn.
Yeah.
And so we find ourselves, why are we in this situation? God, you're going to take me. God's like, no, you have to do your part. Yeah. But we're also in a season where I'm heavily into doing what I believe God's going to do. And so the devil's going to jump on every single thing I need to do. Mm-hmm. And so my life really has to, I don't want to say have to become more refined, but it needs to be more living within the guardrails that God provided for me. Because on the other side of the guardrail is either a cliff or an accident.
Yes. And sometimes you need the fire of refinement, which hurts in a season, car accident, dealing with insurance, to be grown in your faith.
Right. And so the desert,
right.
It's like we're going to go ahead and have you go through the desert for years. Because why? Because I want what's best for you.
Yes. Ultimately, it's for your good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the devil doesn't want that for you because you're now pointing more people to Christ, and it's called eternal life. It's called damnation. It's called all those other things.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, when you push into, and people are watching you that God provided for you, they're like, well, you know what? This whole God thing really is something in his life. I watched him go through this valley and figure it out. I watched Will, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
And he came out the other side, and he's actually
way better for it.
Way better for it.
Yeah.
Yet 2 years ago, it's like, my life is over.
Exactly,
right?
Yes. Yep. And it takes a lot of the time, God will intentionally allow just a little bit of uncomfortability to lean on him. Because if everything were sunshine and rainbows, I wouldn't have gone to church this morning. I would have slept in.
Right.
I would have not read my Bible on Friday for as long as I did. I would have just kind of played video games. But because he leaves a little bit of that uncertainty, that mystery, whatever that ends up being, the pain, it's intentional so that you are required to lean on him and him alone.
Right.
Because there's nowhere else that you're going to find respite for your issues other than God. And he's saying, remember to lean on me. Remember to lean on me, because I'm the one that fulfills your desires. I'm the one that meets all of your needs according to the glorious riches of Christ Jesus. I am the one. So this is in your life to remind you of that. Don't forget this. This is very important, Chris. This is why you got into an accident, so that you will rely on me. Sometimes it really is just that.
Yeah. And you're going to be okay.
And it's going to be okay.
It's
You're
going
not
to be
going to
okay.
be under a bridge.
It's not going to
be
be
fine.
Like right now, today, you're doing fine.
Yes.
And, it reminds me, I mean, this sounds morbid.
Uh-oh.
It reminds me of the guy that built all those barns and everything. Is like, you're such a dumbass. You're going to be dead tomorrow. And you spent all your money and all your energy on this, yet you're going to be dead tomorrow.
Yeah. To store up grain for yourself and all these barns.
Not that I'm going to be dead of a heart attack tomorrow.
No,
which
don't.
You would
please.
probably be sad about that. You would have no place to do a podcast.
Right. I'd be doing this by
Will
myself.
Will you speak at my funeral?
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to be like, Chris was cool. Anyways.
Hey, is there a meal with this?
Yeah, I get free food for this, right? All right, cool. Anyways, Chris was all right, I guess. Yeah.
So anyway, but we can't microwave miracles. That's one of the things he said.
Yes.
It's just, I want to be able to mess things up, and then I want a miracle now.
Yeah. He says that's easier. Good ministry comes from stirring a pot slowly on simmer as opposed to microwaving.
So question is, what area are you not trusting God in right now?
Oh, geez.
Give me one in particular.
What area am I not trusting God in? That all of my desires will be fulfilled. Because I oftentimes feel like I need to do it myself. I need to control the narrative. I need to make the plan on my own strength, as opposed to trusting that God has my
Not that
best.
you don't believe God. You just, just trying to give him a hand,
Right.
Who am I?
Well, this is all I know how to do, is just to do it in my own strength.
Right.
Because I'm an only
if
child.
If I don't have it, it's because I don't.
Right, because I don't work hard.
Yeah.
And so I need to work hard to get what I want, right, or what I need. And so that's my. What about you, Chris?
I'm probably struggling most with this. I feel like God's calling me forward more, and I think that that's what this is for. And if you want to go further into reaching people for Christ, I mean, I'm in, God.
Yeah.
I want to be sold out more than I ever have been. I've been sold out before.
Yeah. But
I think that He's asking me something new. Actually, He gave me a word during church today, which I'm not going to talk about because it scares the shit out of me.
Whoa.
But He's not asking me to quit swearing.
Yeah, that one I won't give up.
That's probably part of it, which is why I had to say it.
Yep.
No, but it scares me because I know that there's a battle for it, but the riches are beyond. I know that His promises are that. You are looking for a fulfilled life. You have always looked for that magic bullet.
Yep, same
I've
here.
always looked for that one gift that will finally fulfill my need.
Guilty.
Okay.
Very guilty.
I want it. And God's like, it's in me. I'm just saying.
Is that the word He gave you?
No.
Oh.
It's but He's told me it's in me. Mm-hmm. Going to Walt Disney World this week with my grandkids.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
Sure.
I'm going to speak positive into the world. It's going to be positive.
Yes.
But it's never going to fulfill me.
Right.
Because I have to pay the bill. to go there.
Because Mickey wants his cut.
Yeah, Mickey. Oh, you want a picture of me? Oh, okay, I might as well go see a psychiatrist for $200 an hour. But anyway, no, it's because I believe that I want to be all in because I think that the end is near. I do, and I think that God has called me, but my fulfillment is in being obedient to God, which is also living within the guardrails.
Yep.
And so that's and I gave a whole message on that. On Saturday.
Sounds like you did a pretty good job.
I had like 4 messages all week long. It wasn't taken. Then Friday morning during my quiet time, they came up to me. And Saturday morning, I'm like, okay, I got to put that together and talked about it.
God will do that last minute.
But it's
boom.
But it's scary because there's a price that's going to have to be paid for it. But the fulfillment, right? The filling, of God's Spirit, which I don't know if I've ever experienced. I probably have.
Yeah, you have. You totally have. Yeah.
So that's what, and it's scaring the bejeebies out of me.
Yeah, fair enough. Especially when he puts a brand new word on you for the first time, and you're like, "This feels too big. How am I going to accomplish this? Where do I go from here?"
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's where now you have to lean on God.
Now you have to really believe that I'm going to do that because ultimately I am incompetent.
Right. Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Same here.
For the most part, you know, you never said I'm going to be a salesperson.
Right. Yeah.
Ever.
No. Never did. Never wanted to.
And you're not even one yet. You're a junior salesman.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But you're making more money than you ever made.
Yeah.
That you ever dreamed.
Yes.
That you would be making right now.
Yeah. It's worked out.
But it's still being obedient and saying, okay, God, I feel comfortable in that. So, and God's like, okay, this is where I have you today.
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah, it works.
It's okay. This is where I have you today.
God
not
provides.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Not the next day.
Exactly.
Not underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
I might be the happiest I've ever been underneath the bridge.
You never know. Could be good for you, Chris.
It's really interesting.
Could be good for you.
Working with the homeless.
Oh, yeah?
So it's, and I'm going down there and working with the homeless. Of course you're going to get pushback about that.
Yeah.
But they're like, I feel that God has really met me here. And I'm like, okay.
Or in prison cells. People find Jesus more than ever in prison.
Yeah, they're like, and I have this peace that I never had.
Yeah.
My wife had a cousin that his happy place was in the DH, the detention home.
Yeah.
Because it was the only place that had structure. It had a clean bed.
Yep.
It had 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
And he knew how to operate in it. When he went back to his house, chaos.
Couldn't do it. Yep.
Drugs.
Yep.
Chaos. Drugs. Chaos. Nothing but. And he was his happiest while he was in jail, which is like.
Yeah. Because somebody was providing all of his needs for him as opposed to him trying to do it himself.
And that's where, to flip it to God, is like when we push into God, he's like, I'll take care of it.
Yeah. I'll give you your 3 meals, your warm bed.
Right.
And
you still need to keep within the guardrails.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't go to prison.
Right.
To seek discipline.
Don't turn right on red when you shouldn't.
Yes. Yes. Chris, that's for you.
And we're, okay. So
that's good.
Anyway, what and the other part is that what seeds are planting in other people, and it's like you think that this is part of like this is all about me, and realistically, it's your life is planting seeds in other people. And he used this illustration I've never heard before because we were like, you can count how many seeds are in an apple. But you can't count how many apples are in a seed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Deep.
And so we have this idea that we're going to plant a seed.
Yeah, we know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, and it's not.
It's not.
Yeah. So peace doesn't come because life gets easier. Peace comes because Jesus stays faithful.
Right.
So bring us home, bro.
So trust in God and God alone. Let go and just be a child of God and do what his word says, and everything that you are wrestling with will be worked out in due time, maybe hopefully not 40 years in a desert.
Right.
But when you abide in God.
Maybe 69 years.
60, exactly.
He had a plan for me way back then.
Yeah. Before you even born, he was getting ready. He's like, oh, here comes Chris Meekins.
A little bit more comfortable. They had to live in the United States.
Yeah, we'll figure you out. So just let go and let God, man. Because God's way is better than the way that you could come up with in your own strength. And it will oftentimes lead to more impact in ways that you couldn't have orchestrated on your own.
And you brought up that great quote in AA. The issue is that all I know is today. Today, stay sober today. Today, God has provided for me. I'm pretty sure you can't do it tomorrow, but you know what? I'm going to work on today, and I'm going to rejoice in the fact that today you have provided for me, and that's what God's word says.
Yep.
And so you get into that. Read Philippians chapter 4. It's a great chapter.
It's very good. Might have to go through it. Cool, man. See you next week.
Adios.